We're going back to basics today. We're going all the way back to kindergarten, basically. Welcome back to Bullets and Brass, folks. I'm Remy. Today we are talking gun safety. Not what the politicians are calling gun safety these days, but actually the core rules of using a firearm safely. And traditionally there are four. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Make sure it's unloaded if you think it's unloaded. That rule gets phrased differently, but basically I'm saying that if you think it's unloaded, make sure. Otherwise, assume it's loaded. Know what's your target and behind it, meaning know what you're actually shooting. Don't shoot at something where you haven't positively identified the target. And then know what's behind it, because bullets go through things. It's what they do. And just because you hit your target doesn't mean the bullet is going to stop or not also destroy something behind it. And then lastly, and this one kind of goes with the one I just mentioned, but don't point your gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. Now, obviously, if you're doing dry fire practice and you verified the gun is unloaded, we very often point our gun at things we are not terribly willing to destroy, right? However, this does mean that, for example, when you're dry firing, try to point the gun in a safe direction. A hole in the wall is annoying. Maybe the cops get called, but nobody's dead. If you point the gun at your roommate, your housemate, your spouse, your kid, even if you are very sure it's unloaded, that is a very bad idea. Things happen. People make mistakes. Now, I have a few more rules that I apply, and these are things that I don't normally treat as specific rules, but I try to teach them as I'm teaching the use of firearms. And they're pretty simple. Pay attention. The rules are just there to get you to follow some basic guidelines. But if you're not applying your brain when you're doing it, things will still happen. Make sure you've got a clear head. Don't do any gun handling if you can avoid it when you're tired, when you're a little buzzed, high. I mean, if you are not completely clear up here, steer clear of these guys. If you are not sure, check, find out, ask questions, double check your gun. If you are not sure if this is unloaded, it's worth a check. Takes a second. It's one of the reasons that this habit has become so common. Because by doing this, you're less likely to accidentally eject the round. But it keeps your hands clear of the muzzle. You're not doing this. Okay. This is a good way to shoot your hand. But this also applies if you're not sure of, say, the target. If you're shooting a steel plate with a rifle and you're not sure that it's rated for the rifle you're using, find somebody and ask. If it's your plate, call a manufacturer. See what's printed on the plate. Look it up online. Don't just assume. And the reason this is important, even on something like a steel plate, even if you're sure that going through that steel plate is okay, is that if you put divots in that steel plate and another bullet hits that divot, you can get weird results. You can get ricochets unexpectedly. It can come straight back at you. And a number of people have seen this on YouTube, have put this on YouTube, including a gentleman that basically shot himself in the head with a 50 cal. We're not talking Kentucky ballistics. I believe it was at Whistling Diesel. He shot a target pretty far down range, and the 50 cal came back and hit him in the forehead, which leads to my last rule. And this is one that I think is often ignored and really shouldn't be. Wear your PPE. Wear your safety glasses. Wear your ear protection. You shouldn't ignore it. In this day and age, you can get safety glasses that look like whatever you want. You can get ear protection that is comfortable, out of the way, and works. If you're not protecting your eyes and ears, you will regret it. At some point, something will go wrong and you will regret it. that is my little safety annoyance hassle, lecture. Hopefully you pay attention. Hopefully you stay safe. Hopefully everybody around you stays safe. So take care, have fun, keep shooting, folks.